Hello and welcome to episode 4 of 2 Days Play Micro Mages by Morph Cat Games. This game was part of Humble Bundle's bundle for racial justice and equality. I'm DeValiente, and I will be playing with my friend Bann, whose channel you can follow with the link in the description below. The following features violence, flashing animation, and strong language. Discretion is advised. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay.
I believe in you. We got this. We got this, right, Marshy? We got this. But yeah, like Lena's Inception dealt a lot with like glitchy mechanics, and like you even use like the glitchiness itself as a mechanic, to like glitch through stages, which was a cool mechanic, but it like killed my brain. Like, it was just really hard for me to focus on anything.
Oh god, I'm having such a hard time focusing right now.
Yeah, like, I'm trying not to talk, I promise. Oh!
Okay, but I made it with 3 lives.
You did! You did! You did. So there's a chance.
There's still a chance. See, this is just a diamond.
That's so stupid. What time is your recording at?
132.
Okay.
Yeah, see, this time I didn't get anything.
Yeah, that's so lame.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Maybe I should talk more?
I think it's just like, I'm so stressed about it now.
Fairy!
Because I'm like, I want to do it. I want to do the thing.
I believe in you. I believe in you so hard.
Let's do this.
Is there a way to shoot those barrels?
You know what? I haven't actually tried. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just dumb. Oh my god, no! Fuck!
You were stuck!
I was stuck!
Oh my god!
What a dumb way to die.
I know. I wonder if it's not so random that if it's like every other time it's diamonds and every other time it's like feathers and fairies.
I wouldn't say that because the last time it was diamonds too.
That's true.
Just be gasping.
I wonder if you can take out the Donkey Kongs in the corner.
Maybe, but I don't want to risk it.
Right. Because there is a lot going on this screen. Oh, I think that was the furthest we got.
Yeah. Oh. 135.
Hmm.
I can try to get back there in time for the recording to end. Oh god.
Well,
It's just like there's so much going on at the screen.
right. I have at least it because there's like 2 hours of us doing more than 2 hours of us doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We can make this into like a series where we can put it out every Sunday, where it's like multiplayer Sunday, which is what I was planning these for.
Yes.
So, and then that way, that'll give us time to get more of a buffer of
Sounds good.
of content and.
Just like the little hop.
Yeah. Hop.
Hop. Just imagine like the goblins making the sound like Link makes in Ocarina of Time. Hop.
Hop.
Did you ever play Majora's Mask?
That's my favorite one.
It's mine too! I got so excited I fell.
Yeah, no, it is my favorite favorite Zelda game is Majora's Mask.
I think like what makes it so great is it took what a lot of people feel is a groundbreaking new way of presenting Zelda.
Right.
And it really mastered what Ocarina started.
Yeah.
Because it just like the visuals, the storytelling, it's just so well done.
Right. And a lot can be said too of like reusing the same polygons, like or the same character models, because they didn't have to come up with new character models. They could devote time to the story.
And also the other, like, the new gameplay mechanics.
Right, absolutely.
Because, for example, like, Link's jumping mechanics became way more developed.
Right, absolutely.
So, it was just, like, it was so well done. And it's really interesting, because I don't know if you've played the port of it to 3DS.
No, not to the 3DS. I do want to get it on Switch though, because they're doing like a masterclass series or something. I'm not sure that's what it's called, but
in that equivalent is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, what's interesting is like I played it, and what I disliked was that there were things that it tried to improve on that didn't really need to be improved on.
Right.
Like there was the one boss battle that everyone hated. It was the water level one.
Right.
And
well, I mean,
go ahead.
So if it's a water level in Zelda, like you're guaranteed to hate it.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't mind the water temple that much. It was just lengthy.
Yeah.
But like this boss battle in particular with the fucking fish guy, was just terrible. It was horrible. So they updated that whole battle to like give it a whole new mechanic and such.
Right.
And it still wasn't good. But like there were things that just kind of infuriated me, like that didn't really need to be done. Like they changed the designs of all the bosses so that you had to hit them in an eyeball, like specifically on some part of their body. And I know they did that to like keep in theming because they all look like Majora's Eye.
Right.
So they wanted to theme it all the bosses so that they would look like the be part of the main thing, but it didn't really need to be done. That wasn't necessary, and it didn't really
Right.
add anything, except it made the boss fights less fun.
Right.
And then on top of that, hold on, let me just concentrate.
Mhm. Oh, that was so close.
Okay,
At least you
so
got the
that's really
checkpoint.
yeah, that was what I was trying to get to. The other thing too is they would do things like they moved the soldier that you give the blue potion to. Oh my god, see?
Yeah.
Maybe I just can't talk during that part.
Alright. Kill your goats.
Or I'll just die. I'm not gonna make it back in time. Alright, let's... Oh, I still have another life? Okay, never mind. I'll do one more try. Nope. It's just with that bottom goat still there.
Yeah.
But basically what I was saying is like there's the tired soldier that you give the blue potion to, and he gives you the stone mask in exchange. So they actually moved his location from the canyon to in the middle of the Gerudo fortress.
What?
Um,
How did he get there?
well, he came, according to him, like he went there to look at the girls and got so, and he was like not being, he was so plain that he wasn't being noticed or something, and he got tired and he couldn't leave. I don't know. It was stupid. It was a dumb change because the thing about him being in the canyon is it felt like a reward to find him and get
Right.
that mask because you're just searching around, and then you come across him just while you're on your way, and if you happen to do it before you go to the fortress, like you're like, oh man, I feel so good, I feel so
Mm-hmm.
rewarded, I did this. Instead they just stuck him in the middle of the fortress for you to
Mm.
find. And I'm just like, why?
And for a sexist reason too. Like,
Yeah, well, I don't quote me because I don't precisely remember what it was.
right.
Um, but like, what I remember more, it was the change in location was just dumb to me.
Right.
Um, so like most of the changes I found personally did not add to the game, but rather kind of detracted from it a little.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the one change I will give it, and it was a change that needed to be done, was when you have the Bomber's Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
In the original game, you you have it, and then when you go back in time and turn back into your original self, you have to get it again, which
Right.
is really, it's just a pain. It was a pain to do.
Yeah.
Um, in the 3DS port, they changed it so that the salesman, after you turn back human and you agree to like continue to search for hit the mask,
Yeah.
he hands it to you and says one of those kids dropped this here. And then from then on, you just have the bomber's notebook,
Right.
which I think is like way better than having to go through that whole bomber's notebook
Nonsense
process
again.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was a great change. But
Yeah.
like for example, the last mask that you get, like the centipedes,
Yeah.
um, they changed it to be like a fucking wrestling match kind of mechanic.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, like
nonsense.
you turn giant and you just like fucking wrestle with the fucking things. And I just like, I hated it because like one of my favorite things was getting the mask, turning big, and just wailing on them with
Right.
my sword. Especially since like by that time I had already did the final upgrade to my sword with the gold dust.
Right.
So like it felt really satisfying. Um, but then they just changed it to this weird wrestling mechanic, and it just like, oh, it just was not right. It just,
Um, what's gonna suck is they probably kept that for the Switch version. That's gonna piss me off.
yeah. So I I will say this, like overall, it still captures the overall story
Yeah.
and like the visuals and stuff like that, which is really what makes the game. Um, it just sucks that they chose to make those changes, and they
Right.
weren't, in my opinion, they weren't for the better. They felt unnecessary to me, like they were fixing parts of the game that didn't need to be fixed, and the one part of the game that really did need to.
Wonder if some of
Yeah.
those changes were made because they didn't translate over to the 3DS. Like, for whatever reason, a certain mechanic just wasn't working.
Uh, I wouldn't say that because they were able to do perfectly fine for the Ocarina of Time mechanics.
Okay, and they didn't make any, like, solid changes to that.
Not that I noticed. That I didn't
Okay.
see any huge major changes to the game that involved the mechanics.
Right.
I remember very specifically thinking about that when I went from playing the Ocarina of Time game on the 3DS to the Majora's Mask one, because I was surprised by the number of changes that that had happened to
Mm,
Majora's Mask.
right.
Whereas like um, Ocarina of Time felt like uh, a more true port. It was really just that they had the polygons polished up a little more,
Right.
and I'm sure they probably made some like dialogue adjustments too, because they always do that when they do like like remastering or like ports of Japanese games. Because like over the years they kind of learn what the actual context should be, kind of thing. Um, so I'm sure like they probably made dialogue adjustments as well, but like nothing so noticeable. And the other thing they did is they added um, Ocarina of Time, Master of Ocarina of Time, or whatever it is, which is
Master
just the,
Quest.
yeah, Master Quest. That's it. Which
Mm,
is just the original Japanese game.
right.
It's really funny because they like to say that it's like they like to say like it's a harder version of the game, but it's actually just the original game unedited from Japan.
Right.
So they um they just essentially like dumbed down the game for North American audiences.
Listen, we're stupid.
Well, well,
Our water is messed up. There's like lead in all of our food.
I don't think that was like Japanese headquarters Nintendo making that choice. I'm pretty sure
No,
that happened in
stateside.
like
That happened.
stateside, yeah.
That happened stateside.
And then it gave them the opportunity just to repackage the original one and sell it as the harder version for hardcore fans.
Because that's another thing too. It's like you see the difference between like the Japanese anime that's was made and published over in Japan, and then when it comes here and it's been like hella edited by 4Kids. It's like
Oh my
you
god.
can see how much like adults over in America do not I don't know if respect is the right word, but like they do not realize how smart kids are.
So here's something I learned because I always thought this was odd as a kid. Dragon Ball Z in Canada when it was airing, sometimes the voice actors for Vegeta and Piccolo would randomly change partway through the series, and that actually had to do with Canadian like broadcasting laws, where when it was being owned by different companies and different studios, like a certain percent of the voice actors had to be like Canadian or something like that, or like run by Canadians, and like some of these actors um were hired by Canadian studios or whatever so they could stay, but they weren't hired in other contracts with so like I don't know, I have to send this to you because I don't remember it precisely, but I remember it was mind-blowing to me.
Oh,
Where
God.
a guy on YouTube called Phelan Porteous, he does a whole breakdown of just bad Dragon Ball Z dubs, and he actually talks about the weird situation in Canada about broadcasting laws and how it affected the dubs and why we would get certain actors of Vegeta with one voice and then a bunch of episodes later Vegeta with a completely different voice. So, like, as a kid, I always thought this is legit what I thought. I thought
Oh.
it was the voice actor for Vegeta got sick, like he got laryngitis or something, and that's why they replaced him for like a few episodes and then
My
brought him back.
God.
That was the reason that I came up with in my head to rationalize this.
Okay, so he has a lot of review videos.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of bootleg reviews. Hold on, let me look this
Says
up.
I did find Dragon Ball reviews and
Let me
Old Man
find
reads creepypastas.
Phelan Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Phelis, sorry. Phelan is his actual name. Oh yeah, you should watch his top 15
Oh,
funniest
I
alterations and
found
oh,
PHELANPorteous.
okay, no.
Does he have
Oh,
multiple channels?
oh, sorry. Phelis is like the old name he went by on Channel Awesome.
Okay, so he.
But his actual channel on YouTube is called Phelan Porteous.
Okay, so that's where I am right now.
Okay, yeah.
So I
So,
will
uh,
subscribe to him, and so
one,
I will remember to watch him later.
yeah. So I recommend you start with Dragon Ball Z Big Green, strongest guy in the universe, and then there's also Dragon Ball Z Top 15 Funniest Alterations and Censoring. That's great. That's fantastic. It's ridiculous. And then yeah, just go from there. Because in all of his like reviews of like different English dubs, he kind of touches base on like what led to those situations.
Okay, so strongest guy in the world is what I should watch.
Yes,
Okay.
I think that's the one where he really goes into depth about the Canadian broadcasting thing.
Thank you for joining us for episode 4 of 2 Days Play Micro Mages by Morphcat Games. Episode 5 will be out shortly. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment letting us know what you like down below. Please no hate or spoilers, as we're not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and we'll see you next time.